Good morning and welcome to today's all Sangha service. We will begin with the ringing of the kancho, followed by the chanting of Sambujo, the Hyobyaku aspiration, and the Jusege.
Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Chanting of Sambujo on the screen. We are gathered to observe the annual All Sangha Memorial Service. We humbly join our hands in Gassho. May the fragrance of the incense teach us the purity of our intentions. May the beauty of the flowers offered remind us of the delicate nature of life. And may the lights that burn brightly upon the altar leave our thoughts to Amida's light of wisdom that dispels the darkness of selfishness. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Now we have a chanting of Juseige, Juseige. On the page 21 in the orange service book. Gagon chosegan ishimu jodo shigan fumanzok seifu joshogak gao muryoko fuidai seshu fusai shobingu seifu joshogak gashi joubutndo myosho chojipo kukyo mishomon seifu joshogak byoku jinsho-unen joe-shubon-gyo shigumu-jodo isho-ten-nin-shi jin-riki-en-dai-ko fusho-musai-do shoujo-sankumyo kosai-shuyaku-nan kai-hi-chi-e-gen meshi-ko-mo-an hei-soku-sho-aku-do tsudat-zen-shu-mon koso-jo-manzok iyoro-jipo nichigat-shujuki tenkoi-honfugen ishukai-hozo kose-kudoku-hon 即修特本元年新上馬特異三害法妙仏無下地通達未不詳願学へ力投資最小尊志願や国家大戦法感動国書天人東内妙受ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ願にしくどく平有道正祭道有本菩提心大有上有安楽法ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナマンダー、ナマンダー、ナマンダー、ナマンダー。
Today's gatha will be Namo Amida Butsu.
When life is fair and sunlight gilds the day, when fortune smiles and flowers adorn our way, oh, let us pause with grateful hearts to say, Namo Amida Butsu. E'en though our way leads 'neath a darkened sky, and to our loved ones pain and death draw nigh, our tears may flow, yet trustingly we cry, Namo Amida Butsu. When our life leads us to the other shore, and Buddha's light we'll see forevermore.
Please join me in Gasho for the reading of the Threefold Refuge. Difficult is it to receive a human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us with sincerity and true reverence take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together with all sentient beings, awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Today's Dharma talk will be given by Rinban Katsuya Kusunoki.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for coming to this All Sangha Memorial Service this morning. To begin my Dharma message, please join me in Gasho. Please go to the next slide. The cicada knows no spring was autumn. So how can it know the seasons of the red sun? Only one who knows the season can speak of summer. Keiko shunju o shirazu. 一中兄主要の説を知らんや。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダ、ナマンダ。Okay, thank you again for coming to this All Sangha Memorial Service today. So this morning, we during the sutra chanting, before the service start, we are showing the slide show. Then all the past members' slide photo was on the screen. So especially for those who passed away last year's All Sangha Memorial Service, this year's Memorial Service, All Sangha Memorial Service, also all the families and friends who lost their loved ones who passed away before us, I'd like to express my deepest condolences. So tomorrow is a Memorial Day. Then I think some temple or some members, some organizations go to visit the cemetery. Then they have a service. Then I go to the Lakeview Cemetery for the Nisei veterans. They have cemetery service. So I always, as a Rinban of Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, I participate in the Memorial Day ceremony at the Lakeview. But maybe other temple, they're doing their own cemetery visits, cemetery service. So this is one important, precious occasion to think and remember our loved one who passed away before us. Then Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, I don't know when we started, but around this time of the year, last Sunday of the May or first Sunday of June, usually Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, we have All Sangha Memorial Service to remember and appreciate our loved one who passed away before us, our temple members. So today is a Memorial Day. Then probably because of that, then showing the people who passed away before us, some point their life end. They died. So I think death is one of the important issues for all human beings, regardless, Japanese people, American people, whatever people who are living, death is one of the issues. Then people, maybe it is, some point, some people may be thinking about what is death, how we should understand it, how we should understand our life. So this is the questions, not only for the Buddhist questions. I think regardless what kind of religion they believe, this is one important question. Then I think all the religion has some kind of guidance how we should understand this human life, how we should understand the death. Then sometimes I hear, when our life ends, that's ends of everything. Well, nothing after death, after our life ends, nothing going on. Everything is all done. Everything, death is the end of everything. So nowadays, some people understand that way. I hear lots of people say that. I don't know if you also think about that way, but people has a maybe different understanding of human life. But one important understanding, as a Buddhist understanding, Buddhist teaching, it says, death is not the end of everything. In Buddhism, death is the one important big turning point in our life. So that's how we understand the death. So as a human beings, we always think, living this life and death, or before death or after death. So we always separate these two, living this life and death. So, but in Buddhist understanding is we don't separate. That's not easy, huh? We always think, we separate how we understand. This is my life. After death is something different. So, but in Buddhist understanding is death is one big turning point. So one big turning point. This is not the goal. This is not the end of everything. That's the way how we understand. So in Japanese, the kanji character, it is seishi, ikiru, that living and death. There's a kanji character, seishi. In general, we use seishi. But in Buddhist way of reading of this same kanji character, but different readings, instead of seishi, we say shoji. We try to difference between seishi and shoji because seishi is more like a general understanding of our life. We separate death and life. But Buddhist way of understanding, because we understand this is just like one, these are connected. So that's why we, as a Buddhist, we read differently in Japanese. But English translation is the same, unfortunately. It is not easy to express, using the English term. The English translation is same, birth and death. So I don't know how I can translate, different translation between seishi and shoji. Still, we have to work on how we can make a difference between those two different understanding of seishi and shoji. Then also in Buddhism, sometimes we focus on this moment. We cherish this moment. So that's really true. So when the Karuna class or Sangha class, when I'm teaching, I use the book, The Jewels. It is written by Dr. Ken Tanaka. I think some of the Karuna students, Sangha, Dharma, our other students, you already read these books, so you may still remember it. But Dr. Ken Tanaka says in this book, yesterday is history, and tomorrow is a mystery. But this moment is a gift. And that is why we call it the present. So this is Dr. Ken Tanaka's, his way of expression is really unique and really easy to understand. Yesterday is the history, tomorrow is a mystery, but this moment is a gift, and that is why we call it the present. So that's why, this is also one teaching, this is my appreciation, but don't attach too much to the past. Don't worry too much about the future. We do what we can do now. We just focus on this moment right now. So this is the teaching from the jewels Dr. Ken Tanaka taught us. I think I really appreciate this teaching. But we shouldn't misunderstand this teaching. Dr. Ken Tanaka is not saying we don't have to think about past and future. It is important to think about this moment, but at the same time, we also need to cherish the past, whatever happened in the past. Then for the future too, we have to think about past and future. Could you go to the next slide? Do you know this insect? In Japanese, we call semi. In English is cicada? Yeah. In Japan, in summertime, I hear lots of their voice, me. Early in the morning, always, this cicada, semi is, we hear their voice, so noisy. But here in Seattle, I don't hear too much compared to Japan. Do you see this cicada here? No? Other part of US, where? East Coast? South? Not this area. Oh, okay. Well, that's why maybe I don't see this cicada. Maybe those who were, has an experience to live in Japan, or maybe some Asian countries probably. So in summer, every morning or every day, we hear the voice of cicada every day, every time. Could you go to the next slide? So this, how do you call grubs? Those they're still, those grubs of the cicada has been under the ground for many years. And then they finally come up to the ground, the surface, to become imago, the adult. Could you go to the next slide? So this is an adult. Then after 10 days, after just only a few weeks, then they die. Their life, after they coming up to the ground, only short period of time they can live in this world. So most of them become imago during summer, adults during the summer, and they die before the autumn comes. It is so noisy, I said, because the males can call the female to reproduce. Right after they lay their eggs on the tree, they die. So, please go to the next slide. So as I mentioned, this cicada, adult cicada, was born here in summer and die in the same summer. So that's why cicada doesn't know spring, autumn, and winter. They never experienced spring, autumn, and winter. But we have to really think about it. Do you think that cicada really know about summer, what summer is? We know what summer is. It is hot. Summer in Seattle is so nice and beautiful because we are able to compare, because we know after summer ends, autumn comes, winter comes, spring comes. Then raining season, then we stop, then nice summer is coming. We all know that. Compared to other seasons, we are able to know what summer looks like. But only those, the insect only living in summer, there's no way to compare with other seasons. How this skater could know what summer is? So that's a question. That's a question. That's a quote I introduced at the beginning of my Dharma message. Then, I'm introducing the skater's life, but we can compare to our life too. Buddhist teaching also saying, it is important, this moment. We have to cherish this moment. I understand that, but if we only think about this moment, I feel this is only the narrow view to see my life, our life. I don't think we are truly understanding what kind of life we are living. People who cannot think about what's happened our life, this human life ends, they cannot truly understand this life. People who cannot understand people who cannot appreciate causes and conditions, how my life was carried up to here, this moment, thinking the past. People cannot appreciate the past. People cannot appreciate this life which we are living right now. People who cannot cherish, sincerely think about death, people cannot appreciate this moment, this life. To cherish this moment, to cherish this life, we have to think about seriously, sincerely, past and the future. Past and the future. What's happened after our life ends. So this is one Buddhist view to see our life. As I mentioned, death is not end of everything in the Buddhist view. It is one big turning point. How this life turns into after our life ends, that we have to think. In the teaching, it says, once our life ends, we are born into the Pure Land, then becoming a Buddha, attaining enlightenment, then coming back to this world and guiding other people. This is the teaching. This is the path. This is the life of Nembutsu followers. Each one of us seriously, sincerely has to think, what does that mean? What does that mean to be born into the Pure Land our life ends, after our life ends? What does that mean to become a Buddha or coming back to this world and guiding other people after our life ends? So this is the Buddhist path. Always, reflect upon my life. Reflect upon my life. So Buddhist memorial service is a precious occasion. Precious occasions. We are receiving that kind of message from our loved one who passed away before us, our Sangha members who passed away before us. Their message is, listen to the Buddha's teaching and sincerely, seriously think or reflect upon your life. So that's the teaching we are receiving. So this Buddhist Memorial Day is a Buddhist memorial service, is a one precious occasion to reflect upon our life through our loved one's life, through the Buddha's teaching. To conclude my Dharma message, I read the episode called on White Ashes. So White Ashes is on this orange service book. Let's see. Page 66. The English translation is on the page 66. So please listen deeply the words of Renya Shonin. White ashes. When I deeply contemplate the transient nature of human existence, I realize that from beginning to end, life is impermanent like an illusion. We have not yet heard of anyone who lived 10,000 years. How fleeting is a lifetime? Who in this world today can maintain a human form for even 100 years? There is no knowing whether I will die first or others, whether death will occur today or tomorrow. We depart one after another more quickly than the dewdrops on the roots or the tips of the blades of the grasses. So it is said. Hence, we may have radiant faces in the morning, but by evening, we may turn into white ashes. Once the winds of impermanence have blown, our eyes are instantly closed and our breath stops forever. Then our radiant face changes its color, and the attractive countenance like peach and plum blossoms is lost. Family and relatives will gather and grieve, but all to no avail. Since there is nothing else that can be done, they carry the deceased out to the fields, and then what is left after the body has been cremated and turned into the midnight smoke is just white ashes. Words fail to describe the sadness of it all. Thus, the ephemeral nature of human existence is such that death comes to young and old alike, without discrimination. So we should all quickly take to heart the matter of the greatest importance of the afterlife. Entrust ourselves deeply to Amida Buddha and recite the Nembutsu, humbly and respectfully. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your remarks today. The closing gatha will be on Dokusan 1.
Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words.
Any public announcements?
Good morning. I'm here to remind you again about Walk for Rice. That's happening on Saturday, June 28th from 9 to noon. And I invite you to help our team SBBWA, raise funds for ACRS and at Walk for Rice. So if you'd like to join us in the walk, go to the our team page at give.acrs.org/team/657702, or checks or donations can be sent to the temple, attention, Walk for Rice, or to me. Thank you. I'll see that our team gets credit for your donations. Thank you very much.
Oh, excuse me, let me take a sip from my reusable cup. Nice and tall because they've raised up the coffee urns. Thank you very much, maintenance. Okay, last week I made a plug for our sustaining membership fees. And so again, here to remind those that maybe missed last week or those online, you know, we always come up in the board, we always say, well, people say, well, $400, what does that get me, right? So I'm just gonna break it down a little bit. $400, right off the top, actually, $215 we send to BCA, and maybe next week I'll talk about the benefits of BCA. And then $10 goes to our Northwest District. Sensei and I were just at our Northwest District meeting yesterday, and I can talk about what they do maybe next week too. But so that leaves $175 that goes to our temple. And what does that pay for? That pays for our gym, upkeep of the buildings. It pays for the salaries of our staff and sensei, which I think we all agree sensei should be paid. So that goes there. Programs, donuts, I saw some lovely donuts back there. That all is covered by our membership. So, you know, I just want to again encourage those of you who got the lovely letter to please consider re-upping, or if you've not a member, please consider joining the temple and supporting all that we do here. Again, if you're capable, you know, if you're not able to, that's fine as well. But yeah, again, please don't wait until the September 30th deadline that's in the letter. Please consider doing it sooner. But thank you again.
This concludes the public version of our service. So thank you, all of you who are online, and we will see you next week.